Welcome to Talking with the Experts. This is where we discuss great ideas to take your business to the next level. How do we know these ideas work? Well, it's because we're talking with business owners who are using these ideas. Business owners who have years of experience and expertise. All things business by business owners for business owners. And now, here is your host, Rose Davidson.
Hi, I'm Rose Davidson from Talking with the Experts. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Global Glamping Charities for their valued support. Global Glamping Charities, solving homelessness in all its forms. Reach out to them at globalglamping.org.
Talking with the Experts.
Tiffani Neal in episode 462 discusses how businesses can increase revenue, their pipeline and their time by choosing the right automation.
Absolutely. And one of the things that we like to do in the lines of automation and freebies, right? Because it can get expensive with shipping and getting things to people or even just sending out product. But we do a lot of recipes. So with us being a food-centric business, one of my favorite automation tools is like lead generators or lead pages. And with that, you can sign up for a trial, right? But you're able to create these forms where people can provide you with information. So you can use it for giveaways. We do a lot of those, but we really use them too, during the different seasons. If you want to download a summer recipe or a fall recipe, if anyone has like a short booklet, right, or something of that nature that you want to give for free to a client, you can simply offer that via a lead generator or lead page, and it will be downloaded automatically, or it can be emailed automatically once a customer or prospective customer provides you with their information. So that's
Talking with the Experts.
Hello and welcome to Talking with the Experts. I'm your host, Rose Davidson from rosedavidson.com. Talking with the Experts is about all things business by business owners for business owners. You can find it on all good podcasting streaming platforms and on YouTube. And if you are looking for someone to edit your videos, or perhaps you're looking to start a podcast and you don't know where to start, then just send me a message or an email and I'll be happy to have a chat with you. Now, my next guest is Tiffani Neal, and Tiffani is the founder and CEO of Barlow's Foods, which is based in Atlanta, Georgia. And if we don't know where that is, it's in the U.S., just in case. Barlow's makes breakfast better and easier for families and food service professionals. With more than a decade of experience in C-suite sales and territory management for a Fortune 500 company, Tiffani has transitioned her experience into an emerging packaged food brand, now available in specialty grocery, gift and gourmet shops in the US, with features on Fox, Peacock Network, QVC and Revolt TV. Tiffani is going to be talking to us about how to automate things in our business. And I've got to say, you need to congratulate them because they've just won an award for their food products. So well done to you. Welcome, Tiffani, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Rose. Thank you for having me. Very excited to be here. And I love that introduction.
Oh, thanks. So how did you get doing what you're doing? So tell me, from where you started. Obviously, you must have left a corporate position. Well, I'm assuming you have. And then you become, a CEO of a food company. How did this all happen?
Yes, so you're absolutely right. I worked about 10 years in healthcare sales. I worked for a laboratory company, Quest Diagnostics, which I'm sure you've heard of. And I've always loved to eat. I've always loved food. And my background has been sales for a majority of my professional career. One day I had the bright idea to start a food company. And I didn't know exactly what that looked like. I kind of toyed around with different ideas, seasoning, sauces. And one morning I made breakfast for a friend. He loved the pancakes and the rest is history. I couldn't think of a name at the initial phase of starting the business. And I had a photo of my grandfather on my desk. My grandfather's name is Barlow. And I just connected the two. He was big into farming and agriculture. And that's kind of been the premise, along with my knack for being able to put ingredients together. And it's just kind of taken a life of its own on.
Well done. That's quite a journey from, being in corporate to starting a food business, and kudos to your grandpa.
Thank you so much.
So, business owners are really strapped for time. We all know that. And sometimes, resources of large organizations are, a lot. But when you're starting out, obviously, they're not as many. And so, what are some of the basic things we can use to automate our business as a startup?
So there are so many tools and resources out there, right? I'm like, this is like the best and kind of the craziest time to be an entrepreneur because we have access to so much. But you're absolutely right. As a solopreneur or just getting started, there's so many hats that you have to wear, and there's so many things that you need to do, and you got to do them all like right now. So that was a struggle, and it continues to be a challenge, right? But we've been able to prioritize the things that are super important, which number one is communicating with our customers and building a community, which I think is so important. And you'd be surprised at how many business owners do not have regular conversations with their customers. They just do what they do and think people are going to remember and show up, but there's so much noise that you have to do something to remind people that you're out there. So one of my favorite tools with that in mind is just email automation. I think that is one of the go-tos if you're not currently set up with any email automation, meaning like having a welcome flow in place. If you're in a product business, right, a abandoned cart flow in place. These are simple things that you can put in motion. It's a one and done, and you really don't have to look at it again once it's set up, but it just keeps you current and keeps you in front of your customer.
Yeah, I agree. With the podcast process, for instance, I'd set up a workflow. However, I hadn't, because I've not used this particular operating system before, I'd forgot to set the triggers up. So I spent quite a number of hours yesterday just setting up all the triggers and making sure that everything was working. And lo and behold, people are getting emails when I thought they were getting them before, and they weren't getting them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it really does make a heap of difference, because they've been now able to return an email to me saying, yes, thank you for the reminder, or thank you for this, or thank you for that. So yeah, I think it's a great automation is just a great thing. Honestly, it's going to save me a heap of time now, so I don't have to go back and check and see if they filled out their form, or they've done this, or they've done something else. So yeah, automatically, setting up, as you say, emails, just for instance. But there's things like you can automate your finances as well. Using QuickBooks that
Yep.
integrates with your banking details. So when you make a transaction in your bank, then QuickBooks automatically gets that information, and all you've got to do is reconcile it at the end of the month. Oh my God, it's so easy.
Yeah, or have somebody do that for you.
Yeah. When you can afford a team member to do that, yeah.
Right. But yeah, there's so much out there. And I think that sometimes when you're a new entrepreneur, or if you're new to sales, that was one of the things that I kind of got lucky with, is that I've been doing sales for so long. I think that people can get a little bit intimidated by it. They don't think that their customer wants to hear from them as often. But what I tell people, I'm like, look in your inbox. Like, I'm sure you have a gazillion emails from somebody, from some list that you signed up from or for, and the corporations that are making, that about, that are staying visible, those are the ones that are reaching out to you on a regular basis. So don't be afraid to, put those things into place. And I feel like if customers have, signed up for your email, or they've reached out, or they're somehow, are on your list, they want to hear from you. So I think that everyone should absolutely, if you do anything, right, do that first.
Yeah, it's a great way to get in the top end of your funnel, just by gathering email addresses, and then, build your list. And then, you have people that you can actually send product notices too, or a blog post or whatever. So yeah, it's a no-brainer really. And with AI, it's even easier now, I think.
Yes.
AI has made such a difference in the last just few months that I've been using it. Honestly, stuck for ideas, you just put it into chat GPT and off you go.
Yep, it's kind of scary, but I was playing with that yesterday evening. So it's a little scary, but it's out there. And I feel like why not use the tools that we have? And I think you can get overwhelmed, right? Because there's so many things out there. We have social media, we have emails, we have, you mentioned like the QuickBooks thing. I mean, even something as simple as QuickBooks, and it's going to help you in the long run, can become overwhelming when you have tens of things on your plate. But I just say, picking three things, like what are the top three things where you're finding that you're spinning your wheels, right? The things that you wish you didn't have to do, but you need to do, or are more difficult for you to do, and just start automating there.
Yeah, I think so. Just start off small. I mean, most apps or software usually has a free trial period. So you can trial it and see, whether you like it or not. And of course, once you sign up, you've signed up to their email list. So you'll get inundated with emails, but you can always unsubscribe if you don't want to use that particular app anymore. But yeah, I think, finances probably would be one of the first things that I would automate. And then, once you build your email list up, then you can start automating, and sending emails to that list. I think
Yes.
Right. There's other things though, like a CRM. Well, an email list is a sort of a CRM, but it doesn't actually have a funnel. So do you use a CRM that has a funnel process?
So we do not currently, we're more product based, but I think that that's beneficial when you're in a service based business. In my corporate career, we definitely did. We use like Salesforce and things of that nature. So that is extremely beneficial, especially when you're in service. But I think any business, people do business with people they like, trust, right, and that they know. So it allows you to be able to keep information on your customer. I mean, because we love people, but sometimes we forget, right? I forget my family's birthday or anniversaries, special days. Sometimes it slips my mind, but when you have a system that you can put all of that information into, and it's at your fingertips, CRM is a great point because that allows you to have all of the information customer specific in one place. So those tools are great. And like you mentioned before you buy it, you can try a majority of them, have some type of trial product available.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea too. If you're just starting out too, having if you're a product-based business, have little samples that you can send out. Whether it's by post or somewhere where they can sign up to get a small sample. I mean, that's a way for people to try your product, and nothing better than word of mouth to get around for a new product.
Absolutely. And one of the things that we like to do in the lines of automation and freebies, right? Because it can get expensive with shipping and getting things to people, or even just sending out product. But we do a lot of recipes. So with us being a food-centric business, one of my favorite automation tools is like lead generators or lead pages. And with that, you can sign up for a trial, right? But you're able to create these forms where people can provide you with information. So you can use it for giveaways. We do a lot of those, but we really use them too, during the different seasons. If you want to download a summer recipe or a fall recipe, if anyone has like a short booklet, right, or something of that nature that you want to give for free to a client, you can simply offer that via a lead generator or lead page, and it will be downloaded automatically, or it can be emailed automatically once a customer or prospective customer provides you with their information. So that's one of my top three. I have three major automation tools that I like to use. But I think that has been just so helpful, right? To the point of getting something quick to people. People want quick gratification. A lot of folks don't want to wait for stuff nowadays. So that's a way to get something free and easy over to customers.
Yeah, I'm very impatient like that. I want it
You're like, I want it now.
Yesterday, when I sign up for something, I want it like now. And sometimes I have to wait a couple of days, and that annoys me a little bit because by the time I've got the email, I've forgotten that I've signed up for something.
Mhm. Well, the fun thing to your point, I can get like that too, especially I think Amazon has spoiled us all. We want everything like we think about it, we want it delivered. But with the lead pages and the downloads, it actually can act as a buffer. So if you can give them enough, I think Kindle does this, right? You purchase the book, you get to read like so many pages while you're waiting for your book to arrive. So it's kind of the same mindset. When people get a downloadable, they have it for a little bit, it holds them over until whatever that freebie or that product is that they're waiting for. So it's all about how you use the things that are available. But I think it's a great tool.
Using bots, are you in favor of those or not, in your messaging?
Say it one more time.
Your bot, if you're going to use a bot, like a sales
like
bot
a chat.
in Facebook chat or WhatsApp or whatever it is, do you like using them?
Yes, so we do use those. We have someone though that responds to it. However, you can set it up with like automatic, like out of I don't want to say out of office, but it's kind of along those lines, right? Like you can have pre-written messages that pop up. Those are definitely helpful. Again, it acts as a buffer, because someone may be on a chat with another customer while they're visiting the website. And it's just anything to prevent us from losing traffic or from losing a customer are all things that we like to have in place. But we definitely do use like a chat box on our website, and it's been very helpful.
Yeah, which if you don't mind me asking, which one do you use?
It's called Talk, TAWK.
Oh yes, I've heard of that. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I've signed up for it. I've never used it, but it's there.
See, it's one of those things, Rose, right? You probably have like hundreds of things to do. So I'm sure it's on the list somewhere.
Somewhere, yeah, somewhere. Tiffani, if I know that you've got a thing that you're offering listeners today is some pancake mix, and they just need to put the promo code Rose in there. So will they get a free sample?
So no free samples, unfortunately, but they will get 15% off. 15% off of the order with the promo code. And that is good throughout the rest of, well, I won't say the rest, we haven't started April just yet, but it is good throughout the month of April.
Oh, terrific. Well done. Thank you for that. That's great. 15% off a pancake mix. And I'm going to sign up. I love pancakes. So
Yes, so we make the best 3-in-1 biscuit pancake waffle mix in the Southeast region. And then we also have a bunch of seasonal syrups. So looking forward to strawberry and blueberry season here in Georgia. So those will be available soon. And then we have a delicious, I don't know if you've ever tried peach cobbler, but we have a great peach cobbler syrup that launches in the
sounds
summertime.
Delicious.
Yes,
Yum.
it's so good. Very Southern.
Yes. Yes, peach cobbler is a very Southern recipe. My grandmother, she lived in Canada. She's passed on, but yeah, she used to make the best peach cobbler I've ever tasted. And yeah, I don't know where she got the recipe from, but it was delicious.
Oh, I love it. I need to get to Canada. I hear such great things. I've seen beautiful photos, so I would love to travel there.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful country. I haven't been there for a long time, but yeah, it is very pretty from what I can remember of it. Tiffani, if you were to give someone some words of wisdom, what might they be?
I would say stay the course. I think that, I know that entrepreneurship can be very just daunting, right? We have so many things that we have to do. And it feels like we have so little time to do it all. But I would say just stay the course, and get really clear on like who you want to be in your space. And just focus on that, and I think if you focus on those little things every single day, that eventually you look back and you can't even believe, what it is that you've accomplished or overcome. So my words of wisdom would just be to stay the course and to keep going.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're great. Don't give up. It doesn't, because everyone has challenges and struggles, but there are only humps in the road, and you can always find a workaround. Well, most of the time anyway.
Yeah. And usually you learn something.
Yeah, and all those bumps are learning opportunities, really, aren't they?
They are.
Where can people find you, Tiffani, if they want to buy any of your delicious products?
So we are online at barlowsfoods.com, and that's BARLOWSFOODS.com. And you can also find us on all social platforms at Barlow's Foods.
Perfect. So, are there any other tips for automation that you'd like to share?
I do want to give my three favorites. So we mentioned lead pages, Klaviyo, and then just the social tools, right, for social media. You really don't have to pay anything there if you're using whatever platform you're on. They all have a scheduling option, like within the app. So for example, like Instagram, Facebook, you're able to go in and just kind of schedule things to go out. So that can be a little bit, again, intimidating, but you don't have to pay for anything, right? You just go to the app and you're able to schedule within. So those are three of my favorite tools as of now.
Yeah. I think is it Meta? Meta's done a lot better than
Yes.
I love the new well, it's not called Content Studio anymore, but it's the same principle. But I love it. I think it's so much better than it used to be. It's much more user friendly, and you can actually find stuff in there where you couldn't before. So
Absolutely.
it's easier to use, and I use it all the time. But yeah, I think it's great. Tiffani, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for getting up so early to speak with me today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Talking with the experts.